everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Roethlisberger's Lions going up against Rodgers' Cowboys. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight, we've got one last present under the tree, our final Monday Nighter of the year, between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. Shifty Dion Lewis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And no retirement here. The first catch for Steve Smith. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Green with a catch left side. It's a gain of 21 that time. And it'll be first down Lions.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They run. This is Lewis. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And now the defense for Dallas.
Justin Houston is truly one of the elite pass rushers in the league. Knows how to get to the quarterback with a variety of moves.
This is Lewis. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So not exactly jubilation over on that visiting sideline, but at least a high 5 or 2 for their kicker as he gets them the first points of the night here on the opening drive.
And 3 points are not to be underestimated. You're on the road, under the lights, national TV audience. You want to come out and look good, and that's a good start right there.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. And incomplete to open things up. And the offense on the field for the first time today, and they were high-powered a week ago.
And they're beginning to believe that they've established a groove. They expect those type of performances each and every week. Running it, throwing it, they're precise.
On play action, now Rodgers. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
4 yards remaining now on second down. Shift together here from the D-line. Now Rodgers. It's Hill, complete. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. Here's a direct snap to Elliott. It's an end around. Hilton. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 1. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jarvis Landry with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Here's Shane Graham for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. And here's Shane Graham now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
It's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, don't worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now they'll run with Lewis. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this one's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And that's off the mark. Incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he's got his man Hilton. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering,
going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They try again with Lewis. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now Lewis. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7th. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and now it's 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this is caught on the sideline, but no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it, but was not in bounds. Incomplete. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have two inbounds in the NFL.
Now the rookie from Syracuse, Riley Dixon, to punt. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. To see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bad.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A-gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
And he had to feel satisfied. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's when he's going to ask the coach to run back on film.
Let me see that one more time.
Try that again, coach. Look how my legs kept churning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big gain.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Smith catches left side. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And this is caught at the 8. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Back to the ground, but here, McFadden. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the... And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, what, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go play action here on first down. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Thought he may have gotten away with one there, but the ref caught him, and it's holding. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And Hilton, the man in motion.
26.
On first down, Rodgers buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On second down, Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They come out here in the eye. On the sneak, Rodgers. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that can be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead, he said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
In motion left goes Hilton. Here's Rodgers. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
Yeah, showed it right there outside of the pocket and on the money. A first down carry by Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet. Did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Yeah, great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets fly. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. T.Y. Hilton with an acrobatic catch. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
And here's Shane Graham now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So they ran against the 4-6 defense. Not only did they run against it, they tried to run it right up the gut.
And that's really not a great place to go when you're running against what is commonly known as the Bear defense, made popular by those great Chicago Bears teams. No place to go right in the middle of that.
And on third down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. 3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. And that's caught by Smith. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And this is complete on the comebacker. It's Macklin. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Shift together here from the D-line. Again, it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 6. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
McFadden following the penalty. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A good run there, 9 yards, but it still leaves him with work to do on 3rd and goal. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team once more. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, it can be a thankless job sometimes, but they'll be thanking their kicker here. That's now 4 field goals for him. He's kept them in the game.
He sure has, but this offense is going to need to find its rhythm because it's going to take more than field goals to win this football game.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Green with a catch left side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He was trying to hit Rashad Green, and that'll bring up second down. And on 2nd and 10 now.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On third down, Roethlisberger. Oh, no, he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And out now come the Cowboys. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I'm here, my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson. Third down here.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Jatavis Brown picked it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 2nd down and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Again, it's Lewis. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And they'll go on the ground. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he stopped immediately there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now here come the Cowboys. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.